ours for the taking. Yeah. History now in the making.
All right. What is happening, everybody? We are going to make our way once again back out into these crypto streets. So if you're so inclined to join in on the journey, that is, and you guys want to, ride this roller coaster with me, buckle up. So let's get right on into the groove, shall we? So gather around, ladies and gents, boys and girls, crypto freaks, money-making maniacs, talking to all my D-gens, brothers and sisters, no matter your class, color, or creed. We are once again at the Crypto Casino, and we're going to do a quick update for StakerX. And with that, we are also going to increase our position here today. And we'll also do a withdrawal. Okay, so with that, of course, it should go without saying, I am not a financial advisor, right? If you want to come to the playground and, have a seat at the table, you make sure that you do your own due diligence and that you do not use money that you can't afford to lose, because it's risky out here in these streets, right? That should go without saying. But if you didn't know, well, it is, right? And so with that, these passive income plays, well, sometimes they work out fantastic, right? Sometimes it is popping and sometimes it is pooping. So we want to make sure that, I try to spread out, a couple of platforms in the passive income portfolio, right? You want to have a couple of engines going in tandem. So in the event that, if there's any unforeseen problems with one, we've got another to pick up the slack. All right. So anyways, with that said, let's get right into it. All right. So StakerX, which launched about a week and a half ago, I think. We might head over to their Telegram here shortly, but let me stay on track and just give a recap for, anyone who maybe hasn't seen the other videos that we've, put out on this. The initial deposit, the 500 deposit that I put into this. And I recommend using Phantom Wallet because you actually are able to use, they just upgraded the ability to support, I think, 40 plus different cryptos. So it should be no problem, if you want to get in on the platform. But the payouts are paid specifically to a USDC Solana address. So, and unless things have changed, because they have been upgrading things here on the UI, but we'll get a quick glance at that shortly. But in the meantime, let's go to the homepage, right? And we'll recap for those of you guys who, like I said, didn't see the previous videos that I did on this. Ultimately, you're sending in a deposit, staking it, and getting yourself an allotment. You know what I mean? Staking your allotment of the trading pool. Right now, again, so they say they are trading using Claude Mythos. Right now, there's a lot of different trading platforms, and for years, platforms have been, they've been purporting to use AI to trade. Now, we know a lot of people are certainly using different AIs to trade cryptos, from Chat GPT to Claude and other custom AIs that are actually doing trades and building code. I mean, I've actually done that myself. I had Chat GPT build some code that I used in Telegram, right? And it created a Telegram bot. So, these are things that are actually available. Now, is this platform doing what they say that they're doing? I can't independently verify that, but I'm paying for convenience is what it comes down to, right? Because of course, in any event, with any type of investment, when you're putting something into it, as I said, there's no guarantees, right? If the platform, if the company, if the people are established, anything can go wrong, right? So with that, well, with these types of returns, I'm able to get in and get out. Ultimately, they got 30-day stakes for, again, you to be able to create a position, an allotment position that will, again, pay between 1% and 3%. It says, let's go on down to the trade results. So far now, I've been with it for 5 days. I think I did my first deposit on the 1st, or on maybe it was July the 31st. I can't remember, but at any rate, I've got about 5 days worth of profits that have come in. So each day has been over 3%. Now, mind you, we don't actually get that full result. We get a portion of it, basically the split. I can't recall exactly what. I'll get onto the transactions on my account and I'll show you what the fee was, which is pretty reasonable, actually, right? So obviously the company has got to be able to make some money on their side. So, you know what I mean? I'm not mad at them, right? Again, if they keep these profits coming in for 30 days, ultimately, again, you are doubling your money at this rate. Potentially, well, I don't, because again, if it only goes up, if it goes to 3%, if you are actually getting 3%, even after the fee, then you theoretically would be able to get effectively double your money in 30 days. So with that, I'm actually, well, let me scroll through a little bit further and look at, they've got a white paper. So we'll look at this white paper right quick. Right quick. So anyways, here's the overall concept of, what this thing is. But read through this white paper thoroughly for yourselves. As I mentioned before, do your due diligence and be sure that you've got all of the information. If you so choose to, as I said, come on down to the playground, then you'll be able to, have as much information as you can. And of course, go to their socials and ask questions directly from their admins and so forth. But anyway, StakerX is a crypto staking and yield platform connected to Staker GPT, an internal agentic crypto perpetuals trading system. User deposits USDC on Solana or most major tokens credited. It will be credited as USDC, as I explained before. You open a 30-day stake, anywhere from $10 on up. Receive an average daily yield from 1% up to 3% every 24 hours, and track yield, withdrawals, restakes, and referrals if you are building out and sharing the platform, and so forth, right? What is StakerX? StakerX, again, is a crypto staking and yield platform built around a simple idea. Most users want exposure to automated trading performance without having to watch charts, manage leverage time, futures, entries, configure trading software, or learn the mechanics of perpetual markets. Instead of asking users to trade directly, StakerX lets users open fixed 30-day stablecoin stakes. The trading work happens inside StakerX's inside StakerX through Staker GPT, the internal algorithmic neural trading system that evaluates crypto perpetual markets or crypto perpetuals market data, builds trade candidates, filters through them or filters through risk control, and routes approved setups through StakerX's trading operations. So on and on and on, right? Of course, reading every line for you guys is not necessary. By all means, do this when you have the time, because there's a lot of info regarding how it works. But as I said, I'm paying for convenience. right? These guys could be doing dog walking, as far as I'm concerned, right? As long as the withdrawals are working and, you know, I get the allotted amount that I'm, well, entitled to, then let's rock. Let's rock. So anyways, again, this thing with these platforms, ultimately the name of the game is to get your seed capital back out as quick as possible. Ride this for 30 days because, again, you get your capital back at the end of 30 days. So that $500 deposit, which I'm already 5 days down on, at the end. So you can see the progress right here. So already, this is the 5th day out of 30. We've already collected like 50. So ultimately 10% over just 5 days already. So not too bad. The steps are simple. I mean, again, make a deposit and then stake it. All right. So let's go ahead and do that. And also, too, another thing to point out for people, if you're curious about the exact time frame, the results will post 15 minutes after 00 UTC, right? So 00:15 UTC. Now, that would be in 2 hours and 31 minutes. But of course, each stake is separate for a 24-hour cycle. As it says here, each stake earns its own 24-hour cycle from activation. So it's yield credits at a different time than Staker GPT's results that come in. Okay, so mind you, so it's saying basically in 7 hours, which is when I did, as far as the time of day that I did my initial stake. All right, so let's do this one now. And that'll also, will mean that when my payments come in, they're staggered. So, I'll be getting multiple payments per day. Not including if, anyone ends up signing up. I think that, if you get commissions or anything like that, those come in, I think instantly, right? And are withdrawable instantly. And apparently there is also no set time of day for operation or operational hours. So you should be able to get your stake accruals at any time of the day or anything that's available, whether it's commissions or whatever. All right. So let's do this. I also want to show, I'm going to pull up my Phantom wallet. I may have to key in my password, but again, when you guys are doing, yeah, I think that's incorrect. Let's do it one more time. And we should be good to go now. So Phantom Wallet is one of the easiest, I think. I guess you could call this also a quick tutorial for those of you guys who want to easily be able to bridge in by using Apple Pay or a debit card or whatever. You can do that easily through Phantom Wallet, right? So it's just this easy. So if I click on buy, right? You got a big giant buy button right here. You click onto the buy button. Now that's in the event that if you don't have crypto to send in directly, most people probably listening to this video have crypto already in one way or another. And your Exodus wallet or some other Web3 wallet, or whatever it might be. But if you're just buying this straight up, all right, or if you, even if you do have all that already, as far as, a crypto wallet already, and you still want to buy, you can just buy straight up, right? So you are using USDC. I would just go with that. You could use Solana because they've got other options now for that, but ultimately, click onto this if you're doing this inside of the Phantom wallet, and then go ahead and hit the amount you want to, $500 or $1,000, whatever it might be. Of course, you can type it in manually. And with that, you just go ahead and hit buy, right? MoonPay will be the option here. I think this is I think they've got a couple. Yeah, they've got two options. So MoonPay is the most well-known. Most people have already heard of MoonPay in one way or another. And you just hit buy, enter in your credentials. It'll take you over to MoonPay, and then you enter in the appropriate information. and then you should be pretty much off to the races, right? It'll end up in your Solana wallet once you go through the process. Once it finally loads up. So just here, bear with me. All right, so you would have to put in all this information accordingly, or sign up with your Google account or your Apple account. Okay, so simple enough, right? Simply said. So we'll close that out. And what I will do now is, let's go ahead and we're going to make a deposit on Solana, since I've already got it there in my Phantom wallet. This will be the destination address like it was last time. So I'll hit that copy the address one more time. And come on over to my Phantom wallet. Open this up again. And let's just get right to it. So we're going to set this up. That's all that they have available are 30-day stakes. So it's going to be a 30-day stake once we get it in. And if I recall, it took a little bit of time to make its way over. Let's paste. And we'll do the max amount there of $500. The address is correct. And it is very inexpensive, less than half a penny for or maybe just a little over half a penny for the transaction fee. All right, so let's send it in. As you can see, that is done. Okay, now when I did this last time, it took maybe 30 seconds or so to arrive on the platform. So we'll just let it run its course here. Let me click on to new stake right now and just discuss how it would work. Now, if you have anything available already in your available balance, you can use your available balance to use as a restake as well. So whatever is in your account balance, whether it's coming in from commissions or whether it's coming in from the accruals, then you can use that to make your 30-day stake. And as you can see, it's a $10 minimum for the stake. All right, so hasn't come in yet. All right, there it is. You see it before your very eyes. It came in just as I clicked off. So now I'm going to go back and hit the new stake. We'll do 500 even. And I will. Now, I'm not going to do this auto renew at maturity because, of course, I want to test this thing out and make sure that, at the end of 30 days, which the first stake we'll see, if there's no problems and we can withdraw the initial capital, then fantastic, right? Then that's what we're going to do. But for now, there's no need to compound or anything. I mean, compounding would ultimately be getting in your daily accrual and then setting up new stakes, right? As long as you have a minimum of $10, right? So anyways, let me go ahead and hit this. And that's it. Okay, once it's activated, it now acts as a brand new stake. And you can see now we've got 100, or we've got $1,005. So that's ultimately going to double the amount. I was getting in essentially $10 before. Now it'll be about $20 daily. And that adds up. Okay, $20 a day is you can do some things with $20 per day, right? Go and get yourself something to eat. Go make a couple payments, right? Maybe you got a small bill or something like that. So it is nice to get those in. So with this and with anything, right? Again, as I said before, I make no illusions or come under, no misconceptions or illusions that this thing is going to last and last, right? But the sooner, the better, right? The sooner that we strike the iron on this thing, then the better my chances of being able to come out on the other side of it. profit, right? Now, so far so good, right? We're gonna go ahead and do a withdrawal right quick too. So as I said before, there are no restrictions on the withdrawals. As far as I know, you can withdraw as many times per day as you'd like. So anyways, let's hit max. My address is already in there, the destination address. We'll hit review, and we've got $19.72 in there. So let's see how quickly this makes its way. So yeah, we'll confirm. And just to double check that this address is correct, USDC sent to the wrong address cannot be recovered. So all is well. So let's do it. Oh yeah, that's right. I do need to do this confirmation. So we'll do a quick edit. Let me get, so by all means, I would encourage people to set up a little bit of extra security when you do, when you set up your account, whether it's 2FA or to get text messages. I think that they also have the option to do text messages for this as well. So let's go ahead and click it. And the withdrawal has been submitted. So that has already come out the account. Let's check and see if it's saying processing or if it has a confirmed. So yeah, it's saying processing, but it already has the transaction ID. So yeah, we did on the first withdrawal that we did, that I recorded, it did the same thing. It was processing on the first glance, and then I refreshed the page and then it said confirmed and complete. And yeah, it hasn't completed yet, but that's okay. Let me check the wallet directly. Maybe it's already showed up because it's showing a transaction ID. It just maybe hasn't yet populated on the page. Yeah, so the payment came in. It did come in. All right, so there you go. All right, so $19 has arrived. Let's scroll to see the transaction. Yeah, so there you go. It came in already received. So that is that. All right, as again, I said, this platform is just fresh out the gate, and they are doing what they say that they would do, right? Which is effectively pay people out on their allotted stake position. So far so good. So anyways, now, yeah, that's about it, right? If we got any questions or anything like that, like I said, get on over to their socials, or you can of course hit me up on the in Telegram, or even in the comment section if you want to, right? So if you have any complaints or issues, you know what I mean, that's not for me. You send that on over to them, and holler at them over on their socials. But in the meantime, yeah, like I said, I'll keep you guys updated with the progress and my experiences, plus or minus, right? Whether it's popping or whether it's pooping. All right, but that's it. So you guys got a full tutorial once again about how to do a deposit. The other deposit options, like I said, you can click on this and it will give you the options here for, what is this? Let me click onto it. And you've got all these other different cryptos here that you can select. So anyways, take a peek, check it out. You guys now have all that you need to know. We've done a much longer than necessary video, but whatever. That's how it goes, right? Yeah, we're gonna keep stacking, or we're gonna keep continuing to stack these bags. So stay frosty out here, and let's get to it. See you guys on the next video real soon. Peace.